Today I have a small buying guide for you, and it is on the fragrances from Victoria Beckham. I dedicated this year for British perfumery and I splurged on some makeup products from Victoria Beckham, so I decided why not include also some samples of her collection and tell you if they are worth it or not, especially that these, like all the brands, are quite on the expensive side. So she currently has 4 fragrances. Let's start with the original collection. So she started with these 3, starting with Portofino 97. And these fragrances are inspired by memories or life of Victoria Beckham, let's say. So let me tell you about Portofino 97. This is a very beautiful citrusy marine fragrance. Quite fresh, totally unisex. Don't think about marine in the sense that it is fishy or there is this cologne note that I am not a fan of. It's quite an elegant, fresh, easygoing scent for summer. It can be a little bit slightly masculine for some because it is a little bit peppery, and it smells a little bit like the packaging. So imagine this turquoise, tranquil water. This is how this fragrance smells by the sea. You have a little bit of the vegetation of the coast. It really is a great scent and I actually quite enjoy it. But I have to say, for the price tag, unless you love the brand and you love the bottles, because these are gorgeous. I love the bottles of, I love the aesthetic of Victoria Beckham, let's be honest. So unless it is for that reason, I would say this is not mind-blowing. I would not go out of my way or splurge on this fragrance, but it is a great scent. Let's move on to Sweet 302. And don't be fooled by the color of this bottle. I thought that I am going to smell quite a musky scent. No. This is tobacco cigar-like fragrance with some fruity sweetness and quite a predominant leather note. It's quite a particular fragrance, and I have to say, till now, I really don't know how I feel about it. I have to be honest, the first time I sprayed it, I was like, it was offensive to my nose because the leather note was quite sharp. But then when I tried it other times, I kind of didn't get it anymore. So in the first, the leather was too much. It was a little bit slightly sharp, offensive, as I said, synthetic. The dry down, this fragrance takes quite a turn. So you still get this, for me, it's like a stale cigar, like a cigar you have left on the counter for a long time and the room smells like it. You are sitting on a leather couch somehow. In the dry down, it's this, but with a lot of violet. I don't know if I am the only one who is smelling a high dose of violet here. And violet is a note that I am not a fan of, so maybe I am too sensitive to that note, so I pick up the note quite quickly. But to my nose, it's quite there in the dry down. It's not an offensive violet, however, which shocked me because of the combination of the notes would suggest something a little bit, I don't know, it would suggest a violet that I would definitely hate, but it's actually quite nice. Maybe because of the sweet fruitiness. So in the dry down, it's again this leather couch, this stale cigar, a little bit of cherry and violet, and it's quite nice. But this is not a scent that you would blind buy at all. This is quite a polarizing scent, I would say. Not for everyone, so you definitely have to test it on your skin, and I would say also test it many times and wait for the dry down in order to get an idea about this fragrance. It's a unisex fragrance again, but it does lean slightly masculine in my opinion. But I can imagine like Victoria Beckham wearing this kind of a fragrance, like it suits her quite well, specifically if she is wearing leather or something. And the memory of this fragrance in particular is actually quite a sexy rendezvous in Sweet 302. So I guess it's a good representation somehow, because you get a little bit of this from the leather, or this animalic cardinal, let's say, effect in this fragrance. But I don't think that the white color is the best choice for this one. I personally would have gone with like a burgundy red color, or maybe, I don't know, black. Yeah. Let's move on to the third one, and it is Sunny Ysidro Drive. And this, I have to say, is my least favorite from her collection. It's an extremely boring scent. This is the classic combination of oud, rose, and saffron, done in a quite a minimalistic, simple way, but simple not in a good way, in my opinion. So there is a lot of fragrances with this combination, and this doesn't compete with them at all. It's quite sharp, it's very, very offensive. Like, even if you love the saffron and like this strong sharpness in this combination, I would go with Miller Harris Scherzo over this one. It just doesn't stand out. Is it a bad fragrance? No. Like, it's just extremely boring. And with this combination, I mean, you have really to introduce something a little bit special about this fragrance, and there is nothing special about this one. So this is the only one that I would say, even if you want to splurge, no, this is not the one that I would recommend from the collection. Now, I saved the best for last. Reverie really took me by surprise. This is a beautiful, soft vanilla ambery fragrance. Very Parisian chic, cozy, feminine. I absolutely fell in love with this fragrance. It has this very Parisian chic vibe to it that reminds me of the fragrances from Celine. Specifically, this one actually has a lot of like the same vibe and a lot of similarities with Black Tie. If you know that fragrance, this is quite similar to that one. It's also the kind of vanilla kind of a fragrance that people who love fragrances like Spiritus Double Vanille, and maybe also Baby Cat and All the Audacity from Penhaligon's. Not that it is a similar fragrance, but I feel like it has the same vibe like these fragrances. Maybe Baby Cat a little bit less because it's quite smoky, but like Spiritus Double Vanille, Angelique Noir, these soft vanillas. Again, I have to repeat myself, not that it is similar to these fragrances, I mean the vibe. I feel like it's a fragrance that people who appreciate these will also appreciate this one. But in the opening, it's not as nice as in the dry down. Like when I first sprayed it, I got a little bit like it was nice, but there was something that bothers me, but it really, really quickly dissipated. This sharpness that I got, this smell that I couldn't identify actually. It's only when I read the notes on Fragrantica that I believe it could be the tobacco notes that bothered me a little bit in the opening. This is not a sweet tobacco fragrance at all. This is a tonka vanilla fragrance. The tobacco is almost non-existent here. So I don't know, is it the tobacco that bothered me in the beginning? But if you read the notes and you are worried about the tobacco, I would say, no, don't worry, it's not really there. This is all about a soft, elegant vanilla with tonka, and it's absolutely elegant and very, very beautiful. So this is for me the winner. This is the best release from her. I really, really enjoyed this fragrance, and I would recommend it for those who love the scent profile. Would I recommend it over the fragrances that I've mentioned? Not over all of them. Like, it has its place. Like, it's a great vanilla. If it wasn't for the price tag, to be completely honest, it's a fragrance that I would have added to my collection. But the price tag is a little bit too much, and I already have Spiritus Double Vanille. And I don't know if I would prefer it over the others, like, not necessarily. But it's a nice scent that I believe no one is really talking about. This fragrance definitely deserves some hype, in my opinion. It could be because of the price tag, given like the scent profile and the price tag. It could be because also Victoria Beckham is not really famous of her fragrances. It's mostly beauty and fashion. And by the way, I am wearing some makeup products from Victoria Beckham. Highly, highly recommended. And if you want to know how I created this look, I will leave link down below on my makeup channel, and also the video where I do the tutorial on this look. Now, my final thoughts on the brand. I would say when it comes to fragrances, I believe she is marketing more her fragrances like for her customers, like people who are already like a fan of her, or people who go to her store or buy some of her products when it comes to beauty or to fashion, and they are curious about the fragrances and they like it enough, they will buy it. But it's not a line that it really catches the eye. It's nothing spectacular. And of course, the price tag is definitely very, very, very high. So it depends on your preferences when it comes to the packaging and also the brand more than anything else, in my opinion. I would say the only standout when it comes to scent profile is Sweet 302. That one is quite particular, but it's so unique that I would never consider blind buying it. And that was it. That was a very, very quick review on the 4 fragrances currently available from Victoria Beckham. I hope you enjoyed this video. I will leave link down below the whole playlist of my British brand series. There are more to come, as well as all the buying guides that I did in the past. I do every month a buying guide. So if you love fragrances, then definitely consider subscribing. And if you enjoyed this one, I would love it if you gave me a thumb up. That will help me really a lot. Thanks a lot for watching and see you next time. Ciao.